on another device here. All right. That one is going to go live here in just a moment. So hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. I am Carol, the owner and creator behind CarolJo's, where creativity and community come together. Here at CarolJo's, we do a little bit of everything. It's not just about making jewelry. It is about connections, creativity, and having fun while we're together. So each week we have 2 lives that are for chats. That's where you get to talk about tips, tricks, and answer your questions about jewelry making or running a small business. Last night we had a chat and we talked about all the different kinds of beads, but there's still more to that conversation. So we're going to be carrying that over into next week. So everybody, come join us when we have chats next week and we'll be talking about that more. Sorry, I have to get a bead mat. So tonight is about a tutorial. We have 2 tutorials each week. That's where I show you how to make beautiful jewelry and accessories step by step. Tonight's tutorial is about making a Christmas tree ornament out of silicone beads. Hi, Geraldine. I know there's a lot more and I have not said hi to everybody as they came in. So let me bring up the backup account so I can say hi to those that are coming in. Got to turn off the volume though, or else you get me in stereo. And it's not lined up in stereo. So let me go to my backup account really quick on TikTok. I only do backup on TikTok. I do not do it on YouTube, just to let y'all know. So let me get there. There we go. All right, let's see. Hi, Lulu. Yep, I am Robin. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sissy. Hi, Geraldine. I think I already said that one. Hi, Ashley. Ah, thank you. Thank you. I am wearing white tonight, and I'm hoping on my backup account, I can see it better. When I am looking at my main account, I can't see white comments because I do have a white shirt on, but I love this outfit, so I wanted to wear it today. All right. But then I realized I have 0 makeup. I have 0 jewelry. And you know what? Hi, Rose. It's okay. We can just be this way too. So, hi, Cece. We've already got our 10 shares, which is awesome. Now, if we can get 10,000 likes, we will do giveaways tonight. So, all right. I think I've got everybody. I am going to show you. Thank you for the heart me, Cece. What we're going to be doing tonight is we are going to be creating Christmas tree ornaments using silicone beads. I'm going to show you over here. This is one that we are using a print bead on. This one is using a focal with 15 millimeter size beads, and then our lentils. I'm going to bring that up close so you guys can see those. And then this one is another focal where we're using 12 millimeter. We've got the abacus and we have a 14 millimeter size octagon. So you can use any type. Awesome. Those gnomes are so cute, Lulu. And also, Geraldine got the pictures to me of your granddaughter's Halloween costume. Oh my, they are so cute. Hi there, Geraldine. You're lucky to have them all that they could do that whole thing. It was cute. Hi, Diane. All right. So what will you need for tonight's tutorial? You will need, depending on what beads you select, because if you noticed here, I do have both black and white of the nylon cord. I'm using the 1.5 nylon cord for this. You can use the 2.0 if you would like. So the black I did 2.0, the white I did 1.5. So you're going to need the cord. I'm just going to grab some cord and set it out on my table because I don't know what beads I'm going to be using. I will need my butane torch. You just need some sort of something that will allow you to at the ends of your cord here, just to heat them up. A pair of scissors to cut your cord. And we will need, I'm going to just use the large. Thank you, Diane, for the Go Popular. I'm going to use a large loop turner. Oh, cool. So do you have any grandsons or do you just have granddaughters? Then you're going to need, I've got my box here of all different kinds. We have 12 millimeters in here. We have 15. We have prints. We have the lentils. We have octagon, or not octagons. I do have octagons in there. We have lentils. We have abacus. And we have both the 14 and the 17 millimeter size silicone beads. One grandson. Wow. And then we will need, if you want, focals. I am probably going to grab one of the snowman focals as one of them. So like that. I was thinking I'd use that. And then for our print beads, I have a whole bunch of different ones here. I'm going to see what I have in my bag. And if I have some in here that are, I see a red snowman, I'm going to grab that one. This is just what's left over from when we go to put them in bags. Hi. And then let's see. Ooh, we have a candy cane one. I don't know if I have any more of the candy cane left. I will look and see, but I've had this candy cane one. We're going to use that one. So we can use different ones in here. All right. Oh, we have the gingerbread man. I know we have the gingerbread man. He will be up at one of our events. All right. I'm just grabbing some of those. You guys are all going to probably see the white spots on the table from Buttercup making slime. I have to tell you, I wore this a few weekends ago. I've been wearing it on Sundays because of it having the white underneath. And we were grocery shopping at Sam's Club and we went to check out. And this lady stopped me and she's like, "Can I just have your shirt? Can I just have your vest?" And I'm like, no, but you can buy it at Shein. Hi, Beads. So thank you, Amber, for the heart me. So yeah, so that was my funny. I was like, yeah, I'm not giving it up. I love it. It's warm and toasty. And today was a windy day, so we needed warm and toasty. All right. I am going to point you all down so that you can see what we're going to be creating. This one, we're going to make multiples of these tonight. I want to show you how you can use different beads to get different looks. So, you know, here we have different things to do that. This is something that if you want to have something you can make to put on your Christmas tree with your littles, whether it be grandchildren or children, this is an activity that you guys could do together as a family. Hi, Rosie. So I'm excited about this one, just to show you so that you guys can have family time making this one. All right, pointing down now. And I want to let those on YouTube know. I won't be able to see comments when I point you down. Sorry. Let's see if I can get... Whoop. There we go. Sorry. There we are. Okay. See, she got white on my table. I keep doing this to try to cover it up. We just need to pick out what beads we want to go. I'm going to do the candy cane bead first. And... let's see what we can put with the candy cane one. We could do a dark green and make it Christmassy. And then let's see if we can get lentils that are red that are similar in color. Is it that one? Yep, it's that red. There are different colors of reds in here. So I got to see. Nope, it's not that one. Is this one? Yep, there we go. We got two of that red. And let's see. Is that the same? Yep, I'm going to do a 12 on the top. All right. So when you put these on your loop turner, and I'm using the long loop turner, you put them on in the order of the bottom to the top. So I wanted to do the green 14 millimeter octagon. I want to do my 12 by 6 millimeter lentil, the print of the candy cane, another lentil, and that print is a 15 millimeter print round. And then I'm going to do a green 12 millimeter round. So that is, and you can make these as long or as short as you want them to be. It's whatever beads you want to put on there and that you like. So now with that one, I'm going to use the white cord, and I pull off like an arm's length, which when I measure the arm's length, it is about 20 to 21 inches. And then cut that off. Hi, Murda. I don't have green cord though. Take and put your two ends together. So we're going to put those together. Push this down. Now you're going to tie a knot here so that you can create this loop that you would put on the branch. So we will go and do, this is, my white is 1.5. My black is 2.0 tonight. You can use either or. Just tie that knot in there. All I did was make a loop and put that through, and then I pulled it tight. And you make it as long, you can make this as big or as little as you want it to be on your tree. Then you take your loop turner, and you see how it has like the latch hook look to it, that hook there? You're going to put that hook at the bottom of your cords. Both cords are going to go on there, fold it over, bring that little latch part and close it up, turn these upside down, and push them from the outside of the beads, not the inside, because you don't want to jam it in your fingers. Sometimes that happens. So just do it from the outside and push those beads down. There we go. We got it. And they're all on there. And see, that's why I say you start by putting them on the loop turner, what's on the bottom to the top, because when it comes off, it goes that way. Take your hands and make a loop knot like that and pull it really tight, and it will kind of disappear down into your beads. Good. Sorry, there was on a YouTube. Buttercup's friends are calling. Okay. Then take your finger down here at the bottom of the bead, create a loop around your finger. Make it a little bit bigger so you can stick both of these through. Push it down to the bottom of that. And I figured out if I can pull it this way, my knot goes to the bottom. I know that sounds weird, but I figured this out. If I can tie one like I showed you at the beginning, it pushes it in and it keeps everything good. Going down here, you can do it. It doesn't have to be exactly up against there, but once you put it around, pull it through, and then take these two and pull it, it pushes that knot up to the end. Thank you, Jerry, for the roses. Thank you, Ashley, for letting her know. Yep, you could do a silicone garland too, and just put that on the tree. Now, you get to decide, do you want no tail ending and just that knot at the bottom, or do you want the little tails? You can decide how you want that. Either way works. So whatever length you decide to do those at, just go ahead. I'm going to put little tails on this one. So I'm just going to come down and cut off at about a little bit over an inch and cut those off. Get rid of those, and then take whatever you're going to use on the end and just ever so lightly, there we go. Just put a flame on the ends. There we go. What you're wanting to do is just to not have frayed edges. And so you saw me touching it. I was really touching it to see if I had any frayed edges. And if the one side I still had a frayed edge on, and you saw me just hit it again for a second, just to have that done. But here it is. Here is the first one. They are so simple. But the thing is that I think these would be such a great thing to do, either with the littles in your lives, just so that they can help design. And it gets them starting their creative modes going. You could also do these at a in-person event and just have a Christmas tree ornament silicone bar. That's what they've been calling them when you do that. And you allow them to pick out so many of whatever you wanted them to pick out, and it is this price to do it. And that allows them to have interaction with you and connections, but it allows them to create something that's uniquely their own. So yeah, yep, these are Christmas tree ornaments, yes. Yep. You just put this on your Christmas tree branch. If you want it to hang down lower, make this a longer loop. If you don't want it to hang down lower, do a smaller loop. So yeah, very easy. I've also seen where people take those breakaway class and put that right here, so you can put it on and off of your tree branch very easily. It looks fuzzy. Do you want me to bring it up here? I'm going to put this up so you guys can see it. Okay, I'm going to bring this up so you guys can see it. It's hard for me to get them to there. Does that better? Whoop, hold on. Let me get it to focus. There we go. Yep. And the thing is that you can do, I got different prints here. We could do more of the prints where we are not going to use like this style of an octagon. Just a second. I'm putting someone in timeout. I don't like the words that they're using. Okay. So yeah. Glitterless. I love that. Yep. But the thing is that I know it all depends on what kind of tree you have, Amber. So our tree is filled with things that my kids and Buttercup have made. My tree is a theme of like family orientated, we make stuff. That's where I'm coming from. Not everybody has a tree like that. So you can make these into, instead of putting this on this way, you can put it on a key ring and make it a key ring. Oh, you thought it was going to look like a tree. Yep. No, we are not. It's just about making them for the tree. But we can do, I'm going to do the focal one next. Okay. So I'm going to point y'all down. All right. We have got our focal. Now we got to pick out the beads that we want it to go with. Oh, what color should I select? I know this sounds really weird and it's not going to go with this one, but I've been wanting to use this one, this bigger one, because it reminds me of icicles. I don't know why, but I really want to use that one on something. We're going to set him aside because I want to use him sometime, but he doesn't match the colors of this one, so I don't want to do it with that. All right. Let's see. I wonder if I should use, nope, not the right color green. So we're not going to use that one. Ooh, I found a red in here. Or I'm trying to think of other colors than just red and green that we could use with this that will go with that one. So I'm going to see what we have. If you guys have colors. Oh, that is a cool idea there, Gladys. Sorry, I have hair in there. Ooh, the burgundy. I wonder what the burgundy looks like. Ooh, I like the burgundy. There's another burgundy octagon, or not octagon. That is the abacus. Let's see what else we have. Maroon and green. Well, I'm gonna go with these two because I like that. Oh yeah, that blue. I don't know if I have another one of those. Oh, I do have one. I can do it. Well, no, it's a darker blue. Okay, gold. Ooh, I might have gold. Let me look. Yep, we do. We have that for a goldish color. All right. We are making Christmas tree ornaments, Mia. So we can take, I'm going to do the 15 millimeter round solid, then the 14 by 8 abacus or focal. That's okay. And then the other abacus, and I feel like I need something on top. Let's see. I don't think I have, oh, I do have that one. Let's see. Okay. I like that. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to use once again the white on this one. So we'll get between 20 and 21 inches. Cut that off. Once again, we are going to put it in half. Go down here. Wrap this end where you got this folded together around your finger. Take this loop part and go through the hole here. And create a knot. There we go. And that's what you're going to put on the tree. Now we're going to come down. The reason why we're not doing it up here with hooking this onto there is that if you would snag your cord, you will snag your working area of cord. So I always just come down to the end, put that on my loop turner, turn it upside down and push it down from the sides. The reason why sometimes this is a little bit hard is because you have a total of 6 millimeters worth of cord because you doubled it over, because 1.5 times 4 is 6, and you're going through a 2 millimeter hole. So sometimes you just have to use a little bit of muscle. So there it is on that. We are going to take these two apart and just create what you would normally do, you know, right over left, put that through, pull it down, put it tight. See how that knot goes inside that bottom bead? Then take your finger, go around your finger with the cord. See how we have our hole here? We're going to take the two ends, go through that hole, bring the hole down as far as you can, and then take the two, pull them apart, and make that tight at the bottom. Hey, Griselda. And then we have our ornament that we're going to finish off the ends. And I think I'm going to do this one also with the tails. So we're just going to come down. You can measure this if you want, or you can just gauge it. I just gauge it every time. Cut it off. And then use your whatever it is that you want to get that. There we go. Don't got this end. There we go. We got her. And there you have the snowman one. I'm going to come up here. Whoops, you're kind of going a little bit, there we go. Sorry, YouTube. So that is the snowman one. Very simple. So we've used different size beads. We've got 12mm sized rounds. We have the abacus in the lentils. We have a focal versus a print. We have an octagon here at the bottom. Very simple. You can use when you have just like hopefully like 1 or 2 of the beads. You can do that. You can do them without having also the yeah, and that's the thing is that I want us to think outside of, everybody has different colors for their trees. Some people don't have the typical like red and green tree. You can add different colors to go to your theme of your tree. Next, I'm going to use this one. I want to use, this is a 17mm octagon. And I want to make like icicle-like colors. So I was thinking, yep, you could use it for the bags. You can use this idea and put it, you know, as a keychain, a bag charm. This is how you can do it to put it on a Christmas tree. If you don't have the, there's the curly cues is all I can call them. With the snowflake that I had in my hand. This pink one, I don't have the pink one up here right now. I only have some of the beads up here. But I was thinking if I could do, I want to do one without a print and without a focal so that you can see how you can make it like a colored one to fit your colors of your trees. So like if you had an icicle tree, I wanted to use, does that make sense, everybody, what I'm thinking here? I want to use this one. Yeah, you could do stretch cord. I just have never done stretch cord. Woohoo, we got to 10K. So before we go back down, we're going to do this giveaway, everybody. Let's see. All right. Whoops, I got to get it to start. There we go. Is it going? No, it didn't go. Well, let me try that again. There we go. Now it's going. Oh, dear Lord. Huh. There we go. Ooh. No. I'm picking out beads while you guys are guessing. Yep. Okay. Whoops, hitting everything with my chair. All right, think beachy. Think beachy. Oh, 3 of you got it. Let's see what the first one was. Geraldine, Teresa T, and Diane. So Geraldine was first. So you're going to get 5 creative credits off of your list. So congratulations, Geraldine. It was sand was the color. Sand. Yay! All right, now we're going to go down. You're welcome. Oh, yes, you could do that too. Yes. Thank you, Ashley, for restating that. And for those of you that were not on last night, we did reveal and we went through all of the colors on that list that we got. The list was for a 64 box of Crayola crayon colors, plus the discontinued colors. Retired, that's the word, the retired colors. Oh, we are making ornaments here for the Christmas tree is what we're doing. I'm going to point you down and we're going to do another one, okay? We're using silicone beads to do them. So here we go. Here we go down here. You're welcome. When I'm down like this, I can't see comments, so just let y'all know. All right. So I have this color blue, and we have this one. I got pulled the 17, the 14 millimeter octagons, and then the 14 by 8 abacus. Then we have this round 15 millimeter and this abacus. And I was going to see what we have in lentils for those and see if we have those in lentils. We do have that one in a lentil and that one. We've got this one. Right there's a couple of them. All right. So we have a few different colors. I know. And that's what I was wondering. And that's why I keep grabbing more beads is that do we do this? Oh, no, that's the pinky one. There is a pink one that's very close. Let me show you. See, there's a pink and a white. And they're just a little bit off. I don't want the pink one. I want the white one. So let me see if I have another white. Oh, there it is. Found him. Okay. Because I'm wondering. I want to look and see if I have the blue. Because I'm going to play around with this one for a minute. We've got this one. Let's see if we got another one in here. I don't know if I have another 15. Because this box is just a box of those that didn't have enough to make a full bag. That's literally what... Oh, yep, I do have one. That's how I have these. Do I have silver or gray? Let's see. We have like this color of a gray, but that doesn't... That's too warm for what I want. I want cold. So I know... And we've had... we do have a silver, but I don't know that I had extra of it. It was titanium was the color. We only had it in 15 millimeter. Nope, I do not have any of that one. Okay, ouch. I do have snowflakes, and they'll be up on Saturday's event. Like this style of snowflake. Is that what you're looking for, Robin? Okay, so if we put that one in the middle, let's do this and this. Or do I want to do, oh, I think I want this. Okay, I need to find another one of those. Yeah, that, and this is the, so that, okay. And then we could do those two. There, that's what I think I want. Thank you, Janet, for the heart me. Someone's comment was filtered. I'm going to do white again. About 20 to 21 inches. Fold it in half. Go down. Because I'm holding on to this end, I'm doing the cords through. Yeah, that's what I was like wanting, was that icicle effect. Just that cold, icy effect. All right, we got our knot in the top here. We're going to, this one can go either way. I could start at the bottom or the top because it is symmetrical. So then we'll put those on. I don't have a white. I was thinking about that as I was thinking about what beads to use. And I do not have a white glow in the dark. I have like summer colors. And I'm like neon-y kind of in a way. Because I thought that would be really cool to have a glow in the dark bead on the tree. So there is what it looks like. We're going to tie the ends, just like I said before. We're going to just do a knot, like this style of a knot. Pull it in. It will go into the bottom bead, which is fine. Create a loop or a hole, whatever you want to call it. Put your two ends through. Push that down to right on top as you can get as close to that bead at the bottom. Take these two strings, spread them apart, and pull it tight. So that would be this one. This one here, I can already tell this is what I want to do. I want to cut off right down here. I don't want the tails on this one. I think it just gives it that nice icy feel without the tails. So we're going to cut this one off completely. Up there close. Just take your scissors and cut that. Get rid of those, and then take your torch or whatever you're to use for a flame and put that on there. There we go. And that is it. I'm going to bring you guys up so you can see it so that it's in focus. Happy birthday, Liv. So there you go. And there you are. So you don't have to use printed beads. You don't have to use a focal. You can just use whatever shapes of beads you want. And that's what I want you guys to take away from this, is that it is literally any shape of bead that you want, any print, any focals, whatever you have in mind. Whatever, you know, like if you had a animal themed tree, you could use the animal focals or animal print or animal colors. You know, that's what you need to think about. And the other thing is, when I was using these two colors, there are a lot of trees that these are the in colors for some of the themed trees. And you could use these, like Joya said, you can make a garland with these colors and just put it around your tree. So you can do whatever you want, and you can create something that you came up with to make it into the theme of your tree. They make them in squares, but the manufacturer that I use doesn't do squares. So if they want to do squares, it will be a lot of money for me to do that. And I don't own the mold. They will own the mold, and then they can make it for other individuals. And so I'm waiting for someone else to ask them to make the mold, and then I will do squares. And when I mean squares, they're like a cube. I do have some, I don't have them ready to go, that are the cube-like, but they have dimples in them. I don't know of any tube shape ones. They've got round, and they have the abacus, they have the cube. Well, I would have to pay for the cube, but cube, you've got lentils, you have the rings. And what I mean by rings is the 65 millimeter rings that has the circle out of it. So they have those also. So those are some of the shapes that they have. Yes, you can get the faceted. I have looked at using different suppliers than the one that I use. They are anywhere from 50 to $1 a bead, and I just can't justify that. So if you, you guys, if you guys find suppliers, and I am okay, you know, I always say you do not have to buy everything from me. That is less than that. That's why I haven't bought them. But they even have faceted rounds. They have a faceted, like the star, the marquee, the ovals, the round, cubes. They have a lot of faceted, but they are not something that, this is how I have to say, is that you would have to purchase all the colors that you guys would want. So when you start talking about the number of colors, the number of shapes, and the price for each one that I would have to turn around and sell them at, I don't know that I could be able to. You got to think about it. This is my business, and I'm just being totally brutally honest with you. To turn it around, that it would make it beneficial for me to carry them. You know, I know and that's the one thing that I've seen other people that are suppliers, you know, they don't bring in sometimes the 12 millimeter, the 19 millimeters, because number one, space, number two, the cost of having all the different sizes and shapes is not inexpensive. That's the best way I can put it in kind words. So, but that, yes, you can see them and you can get them out there. I just probably won't carry them all. And I've always said silicone wasn't going to be something that I was going to carry a lot of, because I almost have not wanted to do silicone because there are so many options. But I did. I'm having fun with the silicones and seeing all the different things that we can create and do with them. But it's an expense to and to do the endeavor of them. So just to let you know, I'm not trying to be like, but I've always said, do not buy all of your beads from me. I've always said that. There are others out there that we can all share this space and be kind with each other about it. All right. I was going to say, where are we at? Oh, I don't know if we're going to get there because, well, it was funny. Buttercup, actually, her and I had a conversation the other night. Ooh, when you're going to be moving. But Buttercup and I had a conversation the other night. It wasn't even night. It was when I was driving her to go to the chiropractor on Tuesday. And she's like, oh, Ma, have you ever thought about having a store? Could that be your next dream, is a store? And I'm like, I don't know that I want a storefront. And the reason why, you know, we talked about it, and I said my reason why I probably wouldn't do that is because of the fact that you would have to have the hours of the store be manned, and then you're not always getting everything else that you want to have in the back end of a store done that you would need for in the experience of our events and that type of thing. Or, you know, creating the I got to think about the home spot, you know, that type of thing. And so because of that, I'm like, it's just a lot of investment to do a storefront. So I said, I don't know if that's one thing I want to do yet. I love what I have. So, but are we close? Oh, we're like 3,000 away. I want to do another giveaway. I actually do have a lot of insurance on the beads. I will tell you guys, you know, we talk about when we do the tutorials and we talk about the things that you need to think about with a business. One of the things with how my business is being run is that I had to get a separate policy to insure my beads. And you know, when you do, I have insurance also that if I did in-person events, it covers me at in-person events. I don't do them, so, but I still have it in case I'd ever do one and I don't have to like quick get the insurance. That isn't that expensive. Insuring the beads was more than I thought it would be. Who would have thought all these fun, funky things that you have to think about as an expense for a business, but having the insurance is one of them. So I've lived it. We've done it. We're okay. We pay the premium every October. I just renewed. The writer, and that's what I did for a while, Diane, is I actually had a writer on our homeowners that would allow me to have my business off premise, and that would be included in the policy. So if someone got hurt in my in-person event area, that it was covered. When I had a lower dollar amount of inventory here within the home, it was on a rider on my homeowners. But when I started carrying more and having more here, then I had to have it as a separate policy. Oh, that is, you guys are gonna laugh. Writing a will is not easy. My husband and I cannot write a will. I have a will. I will say I have a will, but we haven't put one together for both of us. And I'm like, it's hard. I have one. Joya just wants this. So, yeah. So that is, we're really close now, everybody. Do you know what Buttercup said to me the other day? She's like, can you just bypass your kids and just will it to me? Like, hello, what? She goes, I want to live here. Like, okay, kiddo. Then we got to 20K. Woohoo! All right, I got to come up with another color. This one is a 2-word color. 2-word color. There you go. Now, does he know how to get a hold of me? Oh, geez, if he threw them away, we would all be crying. He cannot do that. We would help figure out how to. I will tell you, one of the sweetest things that I was ever involved with in someone's estate was somehow or another, when I was doing in-person shows, someone found me. Their family had a huge craft collection, and they asked me if I would take part, you know, anything that I would take from the craft collection and use it, but it couldn't be used for sale. Like, I couldn't profit off of anything that they gave to me from this estate. So what we did is that when I do shows, and they're not really shows, they're like tutorial type in person, like if it was with a church or Girl Scout group, you know, that type of thing, you know, where we're giving back to our community and teaching how to create jewelry, it's free because they gave me so many different beads from the estate. How they found me, I don't know. Okay, the second word is a flower. And the first word, I cannot think of a way to tell you. Think dirty 30s. Nobody guessed Dusty Rose. All right. We're going to do that. We're going to do an easy one. There we go. Whoops, I need that to write their name on it. Tomorrow at noon, someone's got it. Let's see who it is. CC, you have 5 creative credits off your list for guessing the color orange. So you've got the 5 creative credits. Congratulations. Woohoo. So tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon, we're going to do, you're very welcome. We're going to do a silicone event. In that event, we are going to have 17 millimeter octagons. We will have CC 1. And then we will also have some of the, I want to try to find the 15 millimeter size beads that are in more of like different stylish of the colors that you can use for the Christmas time frame for what we went over tonight. And then I don't know if I'm going to do the prints tomorrow, or the prints will be there on Saturday. Saturday at 10 a.m. I am going to bring focals for sure. So if we don't do prints tomorrow, we'll do them on Saturday, and then we'll go to focals. Tomorrow night, we will have our bead event. We have gold chain necklaces that are almost 18 inches. We have the chain that we used for these earrings. We will have different colors of the 11 by 8 millimeter teardrops. We have some of the 8 by 6 teardrops. I'm going to see if I've got room for some 6 by 4. Yeah, and so I actually, what it was is that what we did with, for me to start like doing that is that when I've talked, your church groups, the ladies in your church, they want to get together and have just a fellowship time. You can teach them, you can have tables at the church set up, bring the beads to the church, and then teach them how to make something simple. But it's a time for everybody to talk and have fellowship and just enjoy the time together. I've done it for multiple Girl Scout groups where to teach them different things about the beads and that type of thing. I was going to say we've done different ladies that just want to get together with friends and bring them to someone's house, and they can just have a social hour type thing. And that's how you can just, it grows, because if you have one person that's interested and they can get all the people together, it can just grow and grow. And then, you don't always stay just within like one friend group. Like you will have this friend group and this friend group. So if you can find somebody that you can just go out to other friend groups, that's a way to have a business too, and being able to do that. You just have to set a set price for to come into the house or the church, or where they have their Girl Scout meetings. And then you can say, for this, each, whatever you're going to make, like each bracelet will be X amount. And then you get to bring the beads that you want to bring. How did I get started? Okay, so 20 years ago in May, I learned how to create jewelry. Yep, we've done tutorials on how to sell too. Yep. But 20 years ago in May, this past May, I learned how to create jewelry. And for a year, I created jewelry for everybody because I loved it. I loved doing it. I gave it away. And one day I said to my sister, I'm like, what do I do? I've given to everybody, but I don't want to stop. I love doing it. I love making jewelry. And she's like, why don't you start a business and we can go to craft shows, you know, in-person events and sell. And so in July of this year, it had been 19 years ago, I did my first event. My sister came with me. We set up the canopy, we set up the tables, we set it out, and I made money. And I did it through until the pandemic hit. Then I took a year off from the pandemic, and then in 2021, 2021, I went to do them again after a year off, and I just didn't have as much fun setting up. And it was really about the driving to the event and setting up for the event. That part wasn't fun anymore. Before, it had been fun. I love doing the in-person events because you get to meet so many interesting people. It's just not fun setting up and tearing down. That I decided I would just go live on any social media I could go live on. And I tried selling the jewelry, and somehow or another here on TikTok, I went and got on the side of the creators when I was showing people how I created my jewelry, so that to me it was a selling point that I created this jewelry. And someone asked me, do you want to sell beads? And I know I said some words I'm not supposed to say, but that's how it all started here on TikTok, to do this part. So my business model has flipped and pivoted and changed, but I still get to create jewelry. I still get to share stuff that I love to do. I love sourcing for beads. If you guys haven't figured it out, I do love to do that. So that's how it all started and where it went. So thanks for asking. That was a long-winded answer there, but that's how this all got to be. And when I was doing in-person events, people would ask, do you want to ever show me how to do this? And I'm like, I will. And that's how it got going down that path. I would even take the jewelry and bring it to individuals' houses, just like you would any other like MLM, like Pampered Chef or Scentsy. I don't know what they all are now because I don't do events and see them all anymore. But those types of events. And I had where if you were a host, here's what you would get for hosting. And I did lots of those too. So I've done it all. It's about what do you want to do to market your business to be what it is. So you can do events, you can do in person, you can do it online. There's the gamut. So that's what I'll say is you can find a way. But the first thing that you have to do is create connections. It doesn't work if you don't create connections. And that's the hard part. And once you got the connections going, it works. I don't know how else to explain it. Yep. And that's the thing is that you can do fundraisers, you can whatever you can imagine to do this so that you can share. To me, having this style of a business, you have to love it. Because how do you connect with somebody on something you don't love? But I truly do love this. I mean, if you guys saw me in person, I talk about what I do here, and it's what I love to do. People are probably like, okay, I'm tired of her talking about it, but I get excited about it. I think what we have going here for this community is extremely exciting. And I talk about you guys outside of here. My family knows about you guys. Like my husband, he's never on the lives, but he knows about you guys, about how much fun you guys bring me. And that's what it's about joy, bringing yourself joy. All right, sorry, I'm rambling, but I hope you guys understand. He does. He lets me do this. I know. And we've talked about, hi Rainbow, we've talked about trying to do a Zoom. I just have not spent the time to set up the Zoom to be able to do that. Just so that we can have a craft time and just sit here and just not have, and that way you guys can talk too. And it's just not me you're hearing all the time. It's where we can all talk. And that's the thing is that's what this is about, is just our community. And we got to figure out ways that we can just work together and just uplift each other. If we don't have that, then we don't have it. But yes, I'm still trying to figure that out. Thank you for the Heart Me Rainbow. I appreciate that. So yeah. So I hope you guys had fun tonight thinking about different ways that we can use the silicone beads. Yep. And that's the thing is that it's through our tablets, our phones, you know, social media, but it's a way that we could connect. But I'm going to hop off. I'm going to go watch a football game with Ryan for a little bit, but I will be back. We have the silicone event at 12 o'clock Central. 7 o'clock, we have the bead event. Saturday at 10 a.m., we're going to have another silicone event, just so that you guys can see some of the different ones. So we're going to have prints and focals for you guys to look at. I love it, Joya. I love it. All right, everybody. You all have a good night. We will see you tomorrow, okay? Bye.